I have a question. I was wondering where a 50-year-old woman like myself, who has a young spirit, maybe no teeth, nice dentures, where can I find a date? Online's not working. Been to the grocery store. I've gone to, not a bar person. I don't like a club. So where can I go? Can somebody please drop a comment, make a duet? Where can I go? Where can I go? I don't want to go. Where? Like, online's not working. So what do I do? Somebody please help me. I've been single for too long. I'm sick of it.
I'm literally so fucking sick of not having any friends. It gets so lonely. Like, I just want to make plans with one person to hang out with, and I can't find. Like, I've asked at least 30 people that I've hung out with before, and they're not random people. I've hung out with them before just to hang out, and not one person was down. Like, it gets so lonely when you're by yourself 24/7 every fucking...
The amount of attention that women gets really depends on the age. So this graph that we see here is the number of contacts made from a random sample of 10,000 men towards women at a particular age from 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and so forth. And the bottom axis is the men's age. At 20 years old, women gets the most amount of messages, especially from guys around their age, which is at 20, and you do see a substantial amount of messages from men across the spectrum. By 25, she gets the most messages from men around her age as well, but of lesser magnitude than when she was 20. And by the time she is 30, the amount of messages she gets from men around her age is significantly less than when she was in her 20s. I would say it is about a third of when she was 25 and a fourth of when she was 20. It does seem like that they get around the same amount of messages from older men. But this could also be because typically older men, there's a lesser pool of them because they have already settled down. This is also to note that when you reach an older age, more likely or not, your peers are getting married or have already settled down, so your options of messages have reduced significantly. When she reaches 35, it reduced again by a third of what she had in her early 30s, and by the time she's 40, 45, and 50, it tapers off to be around the same amount. So the older the woman is, the less attention she gets. So comparing the areas, for every 100 men interested in that 20-year-old, there are only 9 looking for someone 30 years old. Some of the graphs have shown that women wants men to age with them, while men prefers youth. And this is where the gap lies. When a 32-year-old woman goes on the app, she sets her filters to be 28 to 35, whereas men set their filter from 24 to 40, but realistically, they only message women under 29. So that's why I tell a lot of my friends, go older, set your age range to be a little bit higher, and it's okay. From all the graphs I've seen, a 10 years age gap is recommended. Let me know what you think.
They've been on the CC wheel, hot girl, some are 10, 20, 30 years in the game. Now, young whole garden tool becomes an old one. Now, they're unable to pair bond emotionally because they've been with too many men.
Exactly.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. But as women get older, the criteria gets higher. So then they have more, it's like the guy's got to do this now, and they dig their feet in. But then realistically, you're too old and you're not that fly, and men value loyalty, fertility, and youth. Youth's out of the way, fertility's out of the way, and you've got too much damage.
Emotional damage.
So what's left of you?
No, but I'm saying the point I'm trying to make is some women don't understand their SMV, which is sexual market value.
A lot of
sometimes
women,
they price themselves out the market based on not knowing this.
majority do.
Yeah.
Well, in certain communities, but look, a lot of women price themselves out. I was watching Kendra G. There was a woman who is 60 years old. Now, no, she's 59. She's 59, right? I give it to her. She was married.
Okay.
She didn't get divorced. Obviously, her husband died. So then that's why she's no longer in that marriage. I give that part to her. I don't know how long she was married for, but she was married. So the only reason why she's single is because he passed away, right? But the requirements that she has as a 59-year-old woman is not realistic to where she is at. That's
but
why
a woman can't go back on herself.
No.
And the thing is this, right? Some women have gone through the trials and tribulations. They're on their hot girl year number 40, whatever number it may be, whatever body they may be on. That's up to them. No shade to them. But then when they hit the wall, that's when they want a man. The thing is this, based on their behavior and attitude and how they approach things or how they approach serious relationships, no men don't really want them. So what they do is they flip up. Like, was it Mystique in X-Men? And then they shapeshift. Soft girl era, the whole chameleon, praying mantis. That's what we get in the end, right? So again, as I said, men, do your due diligence.
I can cook, but I hate when guys ask you, can you cook? Because can you build a house?
Can I build a house? Bitch, I just want some eggs. I gotta build a house for some beef stew? I gotta build a gazebo for some gumbo? I see why these young men mad at y'all. Build a goddamn house. Must be out your goddamn mind. Do you know how long it take to build a house? You gotta get the motherfucking foundation, gotta dig a hole, septic tanks, rebarb, wood, and brick and shit, electric, plumbing, and some of you lazy ass ladies lamenting over making lasagna. But you give a hard-working man YouTube, tools, and materials, and he gonna build a motherfucking house and kick your lazy ass right out that motherfucker.
Exactly. I keep telling women, you only pick the men that you open your legs to. You do not pick the man that goes down on one knee. You don't. So you can make your choices and be free-willed and live up your best city girl life all you want, yeah? But at the end of it, you're not the one that's going to choose whether you're worth to be married or not. So I suggest you actually listen to men when they say what they want to marry.
I got evicted and my aunt let me and my 2 daughters move in with her. She's dating a man that I'm attracted to and we've been sexual. But he says he's not leaving her because she's a good woman. I'm a good woman too. Why would he choose her? I look and F better. Because she got the shelter, sis. She got the home. She got the house. Your aunt let you and your 2 daughters move in because y'all was about to be on the streets. And you let her man glaze your yams. That man ain't leaving her. She probably can fry the shit out of some chicken. And the greens is seasoned.
Are men more submissive? Think about that, right? That man is serving. But she's not.
he's serving, all right.
That's what I'm trying. But he's doing what he's supposed to do. But she's trying to add his extras.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, right? And she doesn't even offer the basics. And I remember. Do you remember the clip? Right? We done. What's it called? A woman breaks down the top 5 traits a man looks for in a wife. We're gonna tag that clip now.
Number 1, physical attraction. If you want to know one thing about men, it's this: they are absolutely visual creatures. I cannot stress that enough. A man of quality is going to want a woman who takes pride in her physical appearance. She doesn't necessarily have to be the most beautiful woman in the room, but she is going to be a woman that understands the importance of how she presents herself to the world. Number 2, cooperation. And this one is so simple. If you want a man that's a natural leader, you're going to have to know how to cooperate. He's going to want to see if you can be a partner, if you can be a team player. He's not going to want to fight with you over every single little thing. If you are stubborn, combative, closed-minded, and negative, a man of quality is going to find that extremely unattractive. A lot of us women get into the bad habit of making everything a battle. And if you want a man who is high quality, he is going to have way bigger things on his mind, like running your family in the right direction. He's not going to want to argue with you over what you are going to have for dinner. Number 3, to feel wanted. Don't get me wrong. He wants you to be fully yoked. He wants you to have a life. He wants you to have all of those things. And you can be independent. You can be a boss woman, but just make sure that you're operating in that feminine energy that makes a man feel wanted. He's going to love the fact that you have passions and interests in a life outside of him. But you have to remember that a man's natural state is to be a provider and to be a protector. And he's going to want a woman that makes him feel like he has room to do that in her life. Number 4, and y'all are not going to like this one. Accountability. Yeah. Harsh truth. We don't have any problem telling a man the 152 ways that they are wrong. But when the tables turn and it's our turn to be accountable, a high-quality man is going to want to see that you know how to do that. Can you apologize? Can you hold yourself accountable? For some reason, for us women, it's so hard to acknowledge when we're wrong and to say that we're sorry. But a high-quality man is going to want to see that you can do that. It goes back to being a good partner. And number 5, last but not least, I hint at this one all the time, so I'm going to speak on it now. Feminine energy. I know for some reason whenever people talk about masculine energy versus feminine energy, it gets so controversial, and I really don't understand why that is. It's honestly very simple. Your grace, your class, your poise, your confidence, your nurturing, compassionate energy. If he's really looking for a wife, he's going to want to see a woman who can bring the qualities to the relationship that he naturally as a man cannot. Now here's the thing, and this message goes to men and women. It is not fair to go out into the dating market with a full list of all of the things that you need in a partner when you don't really know the first thing about what your partner is going to need from you. Relationships are a two-way street. And if you want to find and build a relationship that lasts the test of time, you're going to have to care about your partner's happiness and their needs just as much as your own.
Now, in that clip, this woman breaks down some very simple things, the basics, that most women don't even know because they're not raised to be wives. They're entitled. They think, oh, a man's supposed to revolve around me. Like, I'm the world. He does everything for me. And it's like, they're so mean.
It is mean.
It's mean girl thing.
Yeah, then you want to talk about soft girl era.
Yeah,
You're a meanie at heart.
We got soft girl era coming up, all right? It's the truth. Chameleons, praying mantis.
Yeah, and then eat you for dinner, literally.
Yeah, pretend that they're these feminine, soft, nice, peaceful, submissive women. And really and truly, they're just a wolf in sheep's clothing.
You're just
they're a nasty piece of work. A lot of them.
True.
And it's like, that's actually mean when you think about it. Because I don't think of a woman and say, oh, I want her to do everything and I'm just going to be sitting on my rump all day playing video games or whatever. That's kind of cold.
It is.
It's cold.
That's not nice.
I've actually seen that.
I have
and I think
too.
it's cold.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I've seen it from the opposite way, but it's still cold either way. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so men are supposed to be traditional, play their role as a man. Women just show up with their presence and that's enough. Because that's in turn what she's saying. She's saying, what I bring to the table is me. Me sitting down, doing nothing all day. Getting my hair, nails, everything done, sitting in boutiques, chatting S with her idiot brethrens. And he just goes, basically a meal ticket. He's a cash machine. And a cash machine, a babysitter, and she does nothing. Is she even raising those kids? So what's the point in men even getting married these days or being in a serious relationship? It never make no sense.
Well, no, that's why men aren't. That's why a lot of men today are not getting married. They refuse to get married. They refuse to even be in a committed relationship with women. They refuse. They're like, I would barely call you being my link or that
because,
you're just.
But think about it like this, right? Women like that, they got conditional femininity. And I didn't see that with her. I saw nothing but masculinity. Same thing we're talking about soft girl era, right? So they rope you in. And then after a couple of months, if that, you see who they really are. But I think a lot of men's waking up to what it is nowadays. I'm not saying all women, but in the West, heavily, this is what a lot of men have to deal with.
But if you're a woman and all the men around you like you and get along with you, something is wrong with you. Like, I just don't trust women like that. Like, I don't trust women that are one of the bros. It's giving pick me. Be your fucking self. Like, I actually like the fact that men hate me. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right.
Like, if we're just sneaky linking, all that kissing and shit is so unnecessary. Keep it simple, because as soon as I stop and ask you, are you in love? Do you want to have babies? Are we going to go to the next level? You're going to be mad as fuck. So stop kissing me. Keep it simple.
Additional femininity. If he makes this amount of money, I'll be submissive. I'll be feminine. Either you're feminine or you're not.
True.
And we know that's not what she came with. And most women don't do that. That's the truth. What's so hard in fixing your man some lunch, a plate? You don't need to do it every single day. You can do it here and there just to make his life easier. Because when it comes to the bills, he may pay most men pay the bills. Most men are traditional. So I'm going to pay the bills.
Thing.
Exactly.
Or
But nonetheless, right? If you hear that loud bang at night, I have to risk my life for you and the children, right? And to right, the man should do that. I'm not arguing that. But she can't even make me lunch, and I'm supposed to risk my life for this thing.
Hey, left, get on. Right, left,